What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another prospect primer. Up to this point, we've really only detailed some of my favorite players in this class. Well, today we're going to be talking about a guy that I think has the most bust potential in this class, at least of the players I've looked at so far, and that is Montez Sweat, edge rusher out of Mississippi State. Before we get into that, quick reminder, no film in this video for copyright reasons, but if you want to see some of my film breakdowns, if you enjoy my draft content, head over to my Patreon. That's patreon.com/ThatFranchiseGuy, where you can check that out. So Montez Sweat, currently a player being mocked early first round, top 20 picks, often seen in that 12 to 14 range. And frankly, I just do not understand it. Let's just start with the player himself, because off the field, there's plenty of red flags that I want to talk about. But as a player, I think he's fine. He's solid. Like he probably has the upside of a number 2 pass rusher. I see the upside. He is explosive. But I don't think he has elite explosion like a Myles Garrett or some of the other edge rushers in this class, frankly, like a Ja'Kai Polite comes to mind. But then, like, power, he doesn't have a lot of power. He's got a pretty thin frame, 6'6", 245. He actually looks a little thicker than that on tape. I'm excited to see what he weighs in at, because that could rise him up a little bit, because we'll get into that. Some of my concerns about him are that he's just not very thick at his frame, which makes me question his weight room work ethic. So he's basically just an explosive guy. He doesn't really have a whole lot of good skill set for getting after the passer. He doesn't really put together moves or calculate anything. He's kind of a one-trick pony. And then in run defense, like, he's got good length and quickness, but he's not really physical in run defense either. So just as a player, I don't love him. I'd probably be second, third round if it weren't for the red flags. But let's talk about those red flags. He originally went to Michigan State and was, dismissed or left for personal reasons, but he had disciplinary issues, was essentially kicked off the team, even though that's not what you're going to read. He goes to the Last Chance U conference, Colin, and look, I'm sure there's a lot of players and kids that figure their lives out at these schools, but just from seeing a couple seasons of that, you get the feel that these are guys that are kind of entitled, are super physically gifted, but just not really going to work at their craft. And then you look at his frame being 6'6", 245, really makes you question if he's putting in so much effort with his diet and in the weight room. These are the type of things that you have to do to be a first-round worthy pick. You got to show that work ethic that you're going to continue to grow and become a blue-chip player. And I just don't see that in Montez Sweat. And then you go to the Senior Bowl, and there's reports that he's kind of standoffish, that he's cliquey, kind of displaying traits of those kind of players that we see at Last Chance U that I have no interest in taking in the first round. So he has some upside, sure, but I really do think Montez Sweat is going to be a huge bust. I would not want my team to take him in the first round. I currently have a 3rd to a 4th round grade on Montez Sweat. And look, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to buy what I'm selling. I'm just here telling you what my evaluation is of him. I got to put my flag down on some players. So I am intrigued to see if you guys see something that I didn't describe in this video. I'm open to changing my opinion on him, but right now I really do think that Montez Sweat is going to be one of the biggest busts in this class, and I would not want my team to take him. So please hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, if you like these prospect primers, and cheers as always. We'll see you for the next one. Peace out.